Okay, so we have Lauren, and she paints plates. Okay. What is the first inequality or first boundary or limit that Lauren has? No more than 70 plates. Okay. So is she going to be able to paint 71? No. Can she paint 65? Yes. So if she can paint no more than 70, so we're going to put our 70 down. What inequality symbol is that going to be? What's going to have to be to the left of that? It's going to have to be your greater than, or it's going to have to be your less than? Less than. Can she paint 70? Yeah, so it would be less than or equal. Okay, those plates, she has two types. What type of plates does she have? Red and gold. So red will be our X, and gold will be our Y. So our red plates plus our gold plates are going to be less than or equal to 70. So she may not necessarily do 70 plates, but she can. How is she going to know the combination of plates? She's got another boundary. What's her second boundary that she's got to stay within? As we read through this, what else do we have? Everything comes down to what? Money? Then everything comes down to money? Okay, what is her limit on her money? $215. Okay, so she can spend no more than $215. So let's put our $215 down here. No more than would be what? The same, or would it be a less than or greater than?
Less than.
Yes. She can spend less than that, but can she spend more than that? No. What is Lauren going to spend? It costs her what?
2x and 3y.
Plus 3y.
So it costs her $2 for red plates. Oh, come on. Okay. And $3 for her gold plates. Anything else? Is she spending any money on?
$50.
It costs her what? It costs her at least $50. So along with your 2x plus 3y, she's also spending $50. So we got to put that in there. Okay. All right. So here are Lauren's limits. Okay. What she can and can't do. What she needs to stay within. So we're going to graph this. If we're going to graph this, what do we have to do? We've got to solve for y. So that's what I want you to do right now, is I want you to solve that for y. Okay, your x plus y less than or equal to 70. What did you get when you isolated your y? You got y is what? Less than or equal to. Moved your x over. You should have gotten a negative x plus 70. Okay? Now, another thing I just want to point out, some students are getting really confused when they are and aren't supposed to flip the symbol. If you look at this before you start, you see that the y's are both positive. Okay? So there will be no sign change or no symbol flip. Okay? We only flip when we have to divide or multiply by a negative. Okay? So in this case, neither one of these, both of these will stay are less than or equal. Okay, so what did you get for your second one when you solved it for y?
Y is less than or equal to negative 2x plus 55.
Plus 55?
Yes.
Yes, that is correct. Okay? All right, so let's graph it. Okay, so let's just kind of go through what we did. We had our values of x and y, our variables. Okay? We set up our two inequalities. And there they are. Remember, your plates had to be positive, so that's why we stayed in quadrant 1. Okay, so there is your first one that was shaded. We shaded below. There's our second one. We shaded it below, and you can see where the two colors met. Okay. They tested 20 and 20, and that one worked as well. And if you look on our graph that we did up here, that would be right here. That would be 20 and 20. It would be right here. So she would work that one, okay? Any questions on that? Okay, now let's do this one. Okay. So Layla's first limit is the amount of buns that she's bringing to the fair, and she's only bringing how many? 40. So she can sell no more than a total of hot dogs and spicy sausages. Okay. So we'll make hot dogs be our X and our sausages be our Y. So if she can sell no more than 40 buns, what inequality symbol are we going to put here? Less than. Or can we do or equal? Yeah. So our hot dogs and our sausages have to be less than or equal to 40. Okay. Our next one, again, is usually pretty much all about the money, right? So Layla needs at least $90 in sales to meet her goal. So at least, we talked about that. Up here, at least is what symbol? At least, remember, was greater than or equal. That was my $30 to spend on my dinner. So greater than, that's going to be greater than or equal to 90. Okay, so her money values for hot dogs is what? 2, so that would be $2, so that would be 2x. And the spicy sausages she sells for what? So that'd be 250y. Okay. Get that in. All right, so we're going to solve both of those for y. Okay, so your first inequality should be y is less than or equal to negative x plus 40. Did you get that? Okay. And your second one is going to be y greater than or equal to a negative 2 over your 2.5x plus, is it 36? And you divide that out. Okay. So we're going to graph that. Okay, so let's kind of go through and finish this up. So we have come up with our inequalities. Okay, we're letting D represent hot dogs and S representing sausages. So D is your X and S is your Y. So here are our two inequalities that we came up with. We solved them, but in these cases for the S, and we go to the coordinate plane. Okay. Again, our hot dogs and sausages cannot be negative, so that's why they're showing that right there. Okay, so here is our first one graphed. We shaded below because it was a less than. And then our second one. Our second one we shaded above because that is greater than. And you can see that we have a very, very tiny overlap. So she does not have a lot of choices or combinations in which to sell these. So let's do a little check. We're going to check test 0.5, 32, so that would be 5 hot dogs and 32 sausages. We check our first one, it works. We check our second one, and it works. Okay. So here are two examples of graphing our inequality word problems.